This company is one of the largest EV startups in China, and they're currently growing over 150% a year. So today I want to go over the company, the bull case, and the bear case, all within about 6 minutes. What's up everyone, my name is Coleman, and in this video we'll be taking a look at XPeng, ticker symbol XPEV. So let's waste no time and get right into part number 1, which is what is XPeng? Well, simply put, XPeng is an electric vehicle company based in China, and they design, develop, and manufacture electric vehicles. The company was founded in 2014, and they're already one of the largest EV companies in China with a market cap of $45 billion, which is larger than Li Auto, but smaller than other companies like NIO and BYD. Now, unlike many of the recent EV SPACs, XPeng is already much more established, and they're currently delivering 3 vehicles, which are the G3, P7, and P5, plus they already have over 400 XPeng branded supercharging stations. The G3 is a long-range SUV, the P7 is a long-range sports sedan that can drive up to 439 miles in a single charge, and the P5 is a family sedan, which the company officially launched in September of this year, so it's their newest vehicle. It's also the world's first production vehicle to implement auto-grade LiDAR technology. XPeng also has additional models in the works, and next year there are plans for a large SUV, and they've even revealed plans to launch a road-capable flying car in 2024, which is pretty ambitious. Now with these 3 vehicles that they currently have, XPeng primarily targets the mid to high end of the market in China, and currently the average selling price of these vehicles are between about $24,000 and $47,000 after subsidies. In total, XPeng has delivered over 66,000 vehicles this year, and their cumulative deliveries have now exceeded 100,000 vehicles. With these, the P7, which is their sports sedan, is their top-selling vehicle, and in October, about 60% of their vehicle deliveries came from this vehicle. 99% of these vehicles can support some level of XPilot, which is their autonomous driving system, and this is something they're really focused on right now, since this technology is supposed to help power their robotaxi business, which they'll begin exploring in the second half of 2022. So why are people bullish with this company? Well, let's touch on 3 reasons. One of the main reasons is their opportunity in China. Currently, China is the largest EV market in the world, and according to Mortar Intelligence, they expect the Chinese EV market to grow 31% a year until 2026. Given that XPeng sells almost all of their vehicles in China, they currently operate in a very large, fast-growing market, which creates a lot of opportunity for them. In fact, China is actually considered one of the most attractive EV markets in the world because of things like their population and subsidies. So if they were able to establish themselves as a leader in this market, there's a lot of opportunity for a company like XPeng. Another bullish point with XPeng is their opportunity for international expansion. Historically, XPeng has sold most of their EVs in China, so they've yet to really tap into other markets. That said, XPeng has plans to expand into Sweden, the Netherlands, and Denmark, and potentially even more European markets in 2022. Additionally, XPeng has recently said that they want to become a global company and at some point sell half of their cars overseas. So there's a very real possibility of international expansion, which should only increase their opportunity. The final bullish point I want to touch on with XPeng is their manufacturing. Recently, XPeng opened a second manufacturing facility in Jiaxing, and as a result, they expect to have the capacity to produce about 15,000 EVs per month by the end of the year, which gives them the capacity to produce 180,000 vehicles per year. Additionally, the company is expanding their existing facility in Zhaochang to increase its capacity from 100 to 200,000 vehicles per year by the end of the first half of 2022. They're also in the process of building a new facility in Guangzhou, which should open by the 3rd quarter of next year, so their yearly manufacturing capacity should be over 300,000 vehicles by the end of next year. People like this because 1, they have control of the manufacturing process and don't have to rely on third parties, and 2, it should help them meet the demand while competing with companies like Tesla in China, which is currently producing 50,000 plus vehicles per month in Shanghai. Having said that, there are some risks with XPeng, so let's touch on 3 of those. One of, if not the main bearish point with XPeng, is regulation. It's no secret that in the past year, China has been imposing a lot of regulation on some of their companies. For example, there was the education ban, video game ban, and Alibaba getting fined, just to name a few regulations. Now while there hasn't been any direct attacks on XPeng yet, given what China has been willing to do to some of their leading companies, there is a risk that something similar could happen to XPeng or the EV industry. Another risk with XPeng is competition, which is everywhere. For example, in China, they'll need to compete with many other EV companies like Tesla, BYD, NIO, and Li Auto, to name a few companies. Additionally, since they're looking to expand internationally, they'll face even more competition from other companies like Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, and Polestar. Plus, many of their main Chinese competitors like BYD and NIO have been expanding into Europe as well. So overall, there's a lot of competition, and I didn't even mention any of the legacy automotive companies like Ford, GM, and Toyota. The final bearish point I want to touch on is their VIE structure. Currently, Chinese companies aren't allowed to have any foreign ownership in their companies. So to get around this, they set up a shell company in the Cayman Islands and take it public, and this is what XPeng did. With this structure, there are some risks, and you don't actually own any of the company's assets, and you have very few rights as a shareholder. So this is something to keep in mind, since it's definitely a risk. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you liked the video. If you want to see me break down Skills, which is an esports and gaming company, then go ahead and click on this video right here, and I'll see you over there.